It's Monday and Halloween. I don't know why I had that creepy voice, but we'll go with it. So, happy Halloween and happy Monday. I made a mistake on the last title of the last chapter I uploaded.
You got your whiskey?
I got the blood of my fallen enemies. No.
Acknowledge me.
Boo. Since last Monday's chapter title was messed up, this is technically chapter 4. Last week was chapter 3, and I apologize. And it's Halloween, so happy Halloween! In case you're wondering, I did have wings with this, but I was outside while it was raining, so. Anyway, we're on chapter 4 of Reaper Adventures, Freedom. I do love this cover. I actually do. And don't bring your kids.
Look, honey, I'm petting your pussy.
I'm recording.
Oh, my bad. I'm still petting her.
I know you petting Blackberry. Don't bring your kids. It's not kid friendly. There's no sex scenes or curse words. I might blurt out a curse word here and there, and screw all that. You can just kind of, if you don't like it, that's too bad. You've been warned. There is a scene or scenes of scary creature violence. There's the mentions of Dioan behavior, which is a monster, which means more scary creature violence. A trial scene for the Archangel Michael and Prince Lucius of the Angelic Order. And a murder scene by the demon, as well as a mention of theft. So, you can all now be warned. And once again, I will repeat, do not bring your kids, for it is certainly not kid-friendly. Anyway, we're on chapter 4. Chapter 4 this time. Apologies for the mess up on the title. But we will continue. If I can get everything situated over here. La-di-da-di-da. Yep, here we go. We're on chapter 4. Alice, Cerberus's new neighbor, woke to the feeling of someone watching her. She slowly opened her eyes and sat up, pretending nothing was out of the ordinary. She stretched, yawned, rubbed the sleep from her eyes, and glanced at the time. It was 3 a.m. Alice had never been woken by a spirit at 3 a.m. She had asserted that condition and enforced it as well. I've told you guys not to wake me at 3 a.m. I have to go to my real estate office later. I don't function well when I'm woken up at odd hours, Alice stated, hoping that whoever it was would leave. They didn't leave. Alice sighed and looked at the spirit, only to freeze at the sight of a being she had hoped to never encounter. A demon was watching her, his long tail twitching with amusement. I would apologize, but you sleep like the dead. Every pun intended, the demon said with a chuckle. Alice was silent, watching the demon with a gaze that was what she hoped was calmer than she felt. The demon raised an eyebrow, and Alice knew the demon knew she was far from calm. What do you want? Alice asked, deciding to get directly to the point. The demon seemed to become thoughtful. Did you get invited in here? Alice questioned, her voice gaining a cold edge to it. Excuse me, I must drink the blood of my fallen enemies. So tasty. And it's Halloween, I can get away with saying stuff like that. Woot. Continuing. Not from you, the demon replied. Then what do you want? Alice hissed, no longer frightened. The demon studied Alice with a raised eyebrow. You should be a little more respectful. I didn't have any thoughts of harming you until now, the demon told Alice in a cold voice. Alice raised an eyebrow and, feeling a surge of confidence that the demon wouldn't do anything, snorted with obvious disbelief. This obviously irritated the demon, and his silver eyes gained a stronger gleam in the surrounding darkness. Alice didn't even see the demon move. She felt one of his elongated pointer nails break her skin as the demon made true on his word. The demon withdrew his elongated nail as Alice felt the odd sensation of burning in her chest. The feeling didn't spread, though. The demon smirked with sadistic satisfaction as Alice looked at her chest, revealing his mark on her soul, because that is something that demons do. They do tend to mark people. Yeah. You can't say I didn't warn you, the demon reminded Alice as she concealed the mark, glaring at the demon. She opened her mouth to argue, realized the demon wasn't lying, and closed her mouth. Considering the fact I know you're a necromancer, I'm positive you know what a demon's mark entails, the demon said, giving Alice an expectant glance. I'm aware, Alice reluctantly stated. Then you also know with all of the negativity that I also have an obligation to protect you, right? The demon inquired. Alice looked at the demon with confusion. The demon sighed and a brief frown flickered across his surprisingly angelic-looking features. Good thing I reread that, because that would have just, cut out that whole thing, so... Yeah. Oh, I really do like these horns, too. You'd be surprised I got these at Walmart. Anyway, continuing. You're mine now. Any demon who opposes my mark faces me. Believe me when I say I am quite an artist when it comes to torture. If any demon under my control opposes that, which many don't, I would use them as an example. This isn't making sense to you, the demon commented when he noticed Alice's confused expression. No, Alice cautiously said. The demon sighed with mild exasperation, running a hand through his light brown hair. He became thoughtful and settled on a very simple, distasteful explanation. You're my property. Anyone who tries to take my property faces the consequences while I protect my property, which is you, the demon explained, keeping it short and simple. Alice became infuriated at that explanation. I am not your property, Alice exclaimed, furious. The mark on your chest says otherwise, the demon sighed. Alice fell silent, shooting metaphorical daggers at the demon, who was now, unfortunately, her owner. Every ounce of pain and fear she felt would draw him to her, and he would devour every bit of pain, despair, fear, and terror. She was a constant food supply, and every time he ate the pain and fear, her sanity would more than likely be less and less intact. Eventually, she would more than likely bargain away her marked soul to regain her sanity. Hey, you little girl! Unless, somehow, she could get this demon's mark removed, or fight it until she found a way to remove the demon's mark herself. Aww. Yeah, you want some pet? She wants to climb up the back of the chair. Alice realized that she could feel the mark sinking deeper into her soul. Take this mark of yours off of my soul, Alice ordered. Why? Your own pain is making it sink deeper, the demon said. Oh, just so you're aware, I'm not eating, the demon told Alice, catching her completely off guard. The only problem with these horns is they like to move around. You're not? Alice asked with shock. No, I'm not. Humans are annoying enough. I don't need an insane human as property. Yeah, I'm sorry, little girl. Don't worry. When it's all done, you can go up to the window. Too much trouble, the demon answered in a dismissive voice. Hey, that's hot. That's flames. Stay away from it, please. Thank you, the demon answered in a dismissive voice. She just jumped down. Alice felt a surge of gratitude for the fact that the demon wasn't eating her panic, thought about his response, and then realized that he had called her a human. You called me human, Alice whispered, unsure of how to feel now. You are human. As far as I'm aware, necromancers are human, the demon said, giving Alice a confused glance. You don't look well, necromancer, the demon commented. Little girl, right now is not a good time to... Hey! It's not a good time to go up on the window. There's flames. There's flames. There's flames, if you haven't noticed. You can't just go up and knock something over that's on fire. Okay? The demon commented. Alice, my name is Alice Elizabeth White. Please stay off. Hey, please, for now, stay off the window. I'm sorry. Continuing. Alice. My name is Alice Elizabeth White, Alice told the demon. That is hot ash. Wait till it stops burning to go back up there, please. Alice told the demon. He seemed thoughtful, shrugged, and studied Alice, who appeared to be feeling much better than a few seconds prior. Well, you're looking better now, the demon said. So if you'll excuse me, Miss Alice, I have places to be, panic and chaos to spread. You know, all that happy, horrible, demonic agenda stuff, the demon stated with a chuckle, and then left through the open window, taking flight and rapidly vanishing into the night sky. Alice sighed, got up and closed the window she knew she had closed before sunset. She was about to get comfortable when she realized that her original question as to his presence in the first place and what he had wanted had gone unanswered. She sighed with frustration when she decided that it wasn't worth calling him and got comfortable. Again. Demons, Alice mumbled as she mentally concluded that all demons were probably like that one. Oh, and just in case you're wondering, not all demons are like him. He's actually one of the nicer ones. I say nicer because he really is good at torturing, so yeah. Anyway, that is the end of Chapter 4, the actual Chapter 4. We will continue on with Chapter 5 for next week, because why not? It's a weekly thing, so I don't know what that was for. Please, really, don't ask. Anyway. Blood of my fallen enemies. Well, how'd that work out for you? You good? I love my little girl, but sometimes she don't listen too well. But she's a cat, and I have to keep that in mind. Speaking of keeping things in mind, besides choking on the blood of my fallen enemies, oh, karma's a bitch. Speaking of keeping things in mind, I have accounts if any of you are all interested. I have a Wattpad account, which is at Tempesta771. I have a TikTok account, which is at AirtonCraven2, no uppercases or spaces, and you can probably look for Tempesta Braveheart if you can't find the at AirtonCraven2, but I don't know, so don't quote me on that, because, yeah. I have an Instagram, which is Tempesta Braveheart, no uppercases, no spaces, under the name, probably the same thing as the TikTok. If you can't find it under the name Tempesta Braveheart, look for Airton Craven, which is my Facebook, Airton Craven. And also my Snapchat is also Airton Craven, except my Snapchat has no uppercases or spaces. And we're watching my YouTube, which is under the name Tempesta Braveheart. And this one has spaces and uppercases. So yeah. It's Halloween. And peace out, Girl Scouts. And enjoy the mental hilarity.